The rise of the Galactic Riders. In the distant future, after centuries of war and chaos, humanity had finally mastered the art of space travel. But what they didn't expect was the discovery of countless alien civilizations, each vying for control over the galaxy. Among the stars, the Galactic Riders were born, a group of elite warriors who would stand as humanity's last line of defense. The Galactic Riders were unlike any army the galaxy had ever seen. Each soldier was mounted on a genetically enhanced warhorse designed for the vastness of space. These horses, called star steeds, were bred to survive in the vacuum of space, equipped with plasma cannons and thrusters to propel them through the stars. Their hooves clattered across the metallic floors of the starships, their mighty wings slicing through the atmosphere, and their thrusters allowed them to fight in zero gravity with unrivaled agility. Commander Cassius Zane was the leader of this elite force. Known for his strategic brilliance and combat prowess, he had earned the trust of the riders who followed him into the darkest corners of the galaxy. His mount, Solaris, was a majestic creature with shimmering silver fur and a striking, blue-glowing mane. It was said that the bond between Cassius and Solaris was unbreakable, a relationship forged through years of combat and shared victory. It was not just their battle skills that set the Galactic Riders apart, but their mission. They fought not for conquest, but for the freedom of countless planets under the oppressive rule of the Galactic Empire. The Empire had grown too powerful, expanding its grasp across the stars, and now it had set its sights on the peaceful, independent worlds scattered throughout the outer rim of the galaxy. The Riders were called to defend those worlds, planets, like Lyra 4, a thriving agricultural world, and Zathor, a planet rich in resources but devoid of military forces. Cassius knew that if the Empire could conquer these planets, they would gain a stronghold on the outer rim, making it nearly impossible for the independent systems to fight back. The first battle would take place at the edge of Lyra 4's atmosphere, where the Empire's fleet, led by the Ravager, a massive warship known for its destructive power, was preparing to land. The Galactic Riders would stand between them and the peaceful planet, ready to do whatever it took to protect those they had sworn to defend. The first skirmish. The battle began at the break of dawn, as the Empire's fleet descended upon the peaceful world of Lyra the 4. The Galactic Riders were already in position, circling above the planet in a formation that only the most experienced warriors could pull off. Their horses, sleek and powerful, radiated an aura of confidence. They were ready for whatever the Empire would throw at them. Cassius Zane, mounted atop Solaris, led his squadron with an unwavering sense of purpose. They had trained for this moment for years, mastering the art of warfare in the vacuum of space, learning to control their mounts with unmatched precision. The Riders were more than just soldiers. They were a symbol of resistance, an unyielding force against the growing darkness of the Empire. The first salvo of plasma fire erupted from the Ravager as it entered Lyra 3's orbit. Cassius signaled to his riders, and they launched into action, darting through the sky at lightning speed. The horses' thrusters ignited, sending them soaring through the air, leaving trails of glowing energy in their wake. The Empire's ships unleashed a barrage of laser fire, but the Riders were too fast, too agile. Cassius led the charge, breaking through the Empire's defenses with precision. His plasma cannon fired in rapid succession, hitting the Empire's ships with pinpoint accuracy. Solaris, with its thrusters engaged, performed a barrel roll to avoid a blast, and Cassius aimed his cannon, taking down another enemy ship in one shot. It was chaos, a spectacular display of battle, fire, and smoke. Yet Cassius remained calm, guiding his riders with skill and determination. The Ravager, the centerpiece of the Empire's fleet, was beginning to show signs of damage. The Galactic Riders were having an effect, and the tide was starting to turn. With one final, well-placed shot from Cassius's cannon, the Ravager exploded in a burst of light, sending debris flying into the void. As the smoke cleared, the surviving Empire ships retreated. The Riders had won their first battle, but Cassius knew it was only the beginning. They had sent a message, but the war was far from over. The ambush at Xylon Prime. Emperor Xiron, the ruthless ruler of the Galactic Empire, had learned from his defeat at Lyrath 4. He realized that the Galactic Riders posed a significant threat to his plans for galactic domination. In response, he sent his most dangerous and skilled warriors, the Black Riders, to eliminate the Riders once and for all. Cassius Zane and his Riders were dispatched to Xylon Prime, a key world in the Empire's expansion. The planet was a hub for trade and a strategic point that the Empire couldn't afford to lose. But what Cassius didn't know was that the Empire had set a trap. The Black Riders, mounted on genetically engineered warhorses with impenetrable armor, waited in the shadows hidden among the dense jungles of Xylon Prime. As the Galactic Riders descended into the planet's atmosphere, Cassius felt something was off. The air was thick with tension, and the trees seemed to stir unnaturally in the wind. Suddenly, the Black Riders appeared, surrounding them on all sides. They rode on massive warhorses, covered in obsidian black armor, their eyes glowing with cold, deadly intent. Their weapons were advanced, capable of piercing the shields of even the strongest starships. The battle that ensued was unlike anything the Galactic Riders had faced before. The Black Riders were relentless, using guerrilla tactics and overwhelming firepower. Cassius led his riders with precision, but the Black Riders were a formidable enemy. The battle raged on for hours, the sound of clashing weapons and plasma fire filling the air. But the Galactic Riders were forced into a tactical retreat, having suffered heavy losses. As they withdrew, Cassius swore that they would return to finish what they started, and this time the Black Riders would not escape. The hunt for the Black Riders' Cassius Zane was not one to back down, especially after the defeat at Xylon Prime. He gathered his riders and set off on a hunt to track down the Black Riders and destroy their base of operations. This time, the element of surprise would be on their side. Their search led them to a desolate planet on the outer rim of the galaxy, Valtor, a world known for its dangerous wildlife and unpredictable terrain. Cassius suspected that the Black Riders had established a secret base there, hidden deep within the planet's jungles. The Galactic Riders infiltrated Valtor under the cover of darkness, using the thick fog and stormy weather to mask their movements. Their goal was clear: find the Black Riders and destroy their stronghold before they could regroup. The planet's wild creatures, including massive predators and insectoid beasts, were an additional challenge, but the Galactic Riders were prepared for anything. As they neared the Black Riders' base, they faced a final obstacle: a heavily fortified canyon, protected by automated turrets and the last remnants of the Empire's elite forces. Cassius and his riders fought their way in, navigating the treacherous terrain and battling through enemy lines. They had one chance to strike, and they would take it. The Battle of Valtor, the Galactic Riders finally reached the heart of the Black Riders' stronghold. The canyon walls loomed over them as they charged into the fray, their horses' thrusters kicking up clouds of dust and debris. The Black Riders, mounted on their war horses, were waiting for them, armed with advanced weapons that could tear through armor. Cassius faced off against the leader of the Black Riders, a man named Valtor, who was as ruthless as he was skilled. The two warriors clashed in a battle of strength, skill, and determination, each trying to outmaneuver the other. Solaris and Valtor's mount, a massive warhorse named Dreadnought, fought alongside their riders, engaged in a fierce aerial combat of their own. The final duel between Cassius and Valtor was intense, a brutal exchange of strikes and parries. But in the end, Cassius emerged victorious, disarming Valtor and leaving him at the mercy of the Galactic Riders. The Black Riders scattered, their base destroyed, and the Empire's hold on Valtor was broken. The legacy of the Riders, with the Black Riders defeated and their stronghold destroyed, the Galactic Riders had secured a major victory. The galaxy's inhabitants, once oppressed by the Empire, began to rise up in rebellion. The Galactic Riders became symbols of hope, their legacy etched in the hearts of all who dreamed of freedom. Cassius Zane and his riders continued their mission, riding through the stars to liberate more planets from the Empire's grasp. As they ventured into new territories, the legend of the Galactic Riders spread, inspiring countless others to join the fight for a free galaxy. The war was far from over, but the Galactic Riders had proven one undeniable truth. No matter how dark the galaxy became, there would always be those who would rise to fight for the light, and as long as the Riders rode, hope would never die.